So step six is all about writing the network design specifications. So after your IT professionals and your network administrators and network managers, after they have their physical and logical design in place, what they need to do is they need to write up a network specifications documentation. And there's specific reasons why we need to do this. The first one is that we need to clearly define the scope of the network design itself. So when you have people come in and build out the network, it prevents any sort of scope creep. So with the specifications, we know exactly what the network needs to do and what it shouldn't do, and we need to use that to keep us within our specific constraints that we have. Now, the second thing is that this always provides us as a reference documentation for our network support people and our network administrators in the future. So once the network goes live, we need to support it. And having our specifications in place, it's going to allow us to more efficiently support the network than if we had no specifications to follow at all. So what should our specifications documentation include? Well, number one, it should state why we are building the network. So we need to talk about the technical needs and the business needs and how we're going to help or support the business. So really, this is justification for why we're building this. Number two, we need to talk about and include in here what the network's going to be used for. So what's its purpose? Number three, we need to talk about how many people and how many computers the network is going to support, not only now, but what it's going to be able to scale up to as well in the future. And then after that, we're going to talk about the architecture, whether it's a peer-to-peer or client-server architecture. So our people that are supporting it understand, and the people that are designing it understand as well. And then after that, we're going to talk about our response time and throughput requirements. So this is all about the bandwidth requirements and how robust the network needs to be. And so we need to make sure we put that in there because we need to understand once we start building out the network and once it goes live, we need to have a baseline for what it should be doing and what type of performance measures should be in place to ensure that it's operating efficiently. If we don't have response time and throughput requirements, then we don't know at what level of performance it should be operating at. After that, we need to talk about our security requirements. So we're talking about both our physical security requirements, such as locking the server room, locking the networking closet, locking down the servers and desktops with our cable locks and so forth. And then we're also talking about our logical security requirements, such as having firewalls in place on the border edges of each network or having actual firewall applications on the desktops and servers as well. Then after that, we're going to talk about and make sure we need to put in the reliability requirements. So what I mean by reliability requirements, well, we're talking about the availability requirements of the network. We need to tell the people that are building it, and we need to have this in our specifications, the availability requirements of the network. So we need to know if the network needs to be up 100% of the time, 24/7, or if it only needs to be up Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. So we need to understand that because understanding reliability requirements and availability requirements is really going to mold the way that the network is designed. And then we need to talk about scalability requirements. So we need to think about how much the network is going to scale up in the future and how much it's going to be able to support in the future. And then lastly, we need to talk about our actual specifications for all the different hardware and software that we're going to put in. And we also need to justify them. And we need to justify them because there's a cost associated with each one. And then once you have this in place, and once you have your design in place, your physical design, your logical design, and your specifications in place, you need to ensure that your organization buys into this design specification. So whoever is the sponsor for this design and for this network build out, you need to go ahead and get their approval before you move forward. So that's step 6. And then after step 6, really the last step is to build it. So once you've gone through steps 1 all the way through step 5, you have the design in place. You then go to step 6, you document everything with your specifications, you get the approval, and then you build it out. Now, again, this is not something that you should be doing as a business professional or an aspiring IT professional. Within the organization, you may be asked to provide input, but again, when we're talking about designing the specifications and doing a majority of this work, this is going to be the work of your IT administrators, your network administrators, and your IT and network managers. And so everything within this actual design phase is really going to be their realm. But we need to understand, we need to be educated in this so we can provide input and we can understand what's going on, especially if we're a manager in the IT department or if we have input into this and we're a key stakeholder. So we want to be able to provide valuable information. But again, that's really it. That's processes from step 1 all the way through step 7. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. If not, thanks for watching and we'll see you at the next video.